The first time I saw her, I thought I had entered another world entirely. The alien throne room was vast, glowing with soft, undulating light that pulsed like the heartbeat of the planet itself. Crystal-like pillars rose from the floor, refracting the light in thousands of colors. And at the center, sitting upon a throne forged from a material that looked alive, was the alien queen. She was breathtaking. Tall, regal, and radiating authority, yet there was an aura of mystery and power that made every instinct in me scream both awe and caution. I had been assigned to observe the Xylan civilization as part of a human exploratory mission. Diplomacy was my job, survival was my hope. But I never expected my role to change so drastically or so quickly. I had entered her chamber under the pretense of a routine diplomatic visit. The queen, with her piercing violet eyes, studied me carefully as I bowed. I had barely lifted my head when she spoke. "Human," she said, her voice resonating through the room like a melody and a command all at once. "Your species has shown courage before, but few dare step before me willingly. Yet here you stand.
Speak."
Why do you not tremble?" I swallowed hard. I respect your position, Your Majesty," I said, voice steady despite the thundering of my heart. "But I believe diplomacy is about honesty, not fear." She studied me for a long moment, her gaze sharp and evaluating. Then she leaned forward slightly, her flowing attire shimmering as if it were alive. "Honesty is refreshing. But honesty alone does not earn trust. Perhaps you will be tested." Before I could respond, her eyes gleamed with something dangerous, something both commanding and daring. "Ethan," she said, her voice softening slightly as though the sound of my name intrigued her. "I have a challenge for you. Complete it, and you will earn not just my respect, but my hand. Fail, and you will leave this chamber, knowing the limits of your species." I froze. Did she just propose marriage? Not in words exactly, but the implication was clear. "Your Majesty," I began, my voice betraying a mixture of disbelief and nervous excitement. "I accept, whatever the challenge may be." A slow, almost imperceptible smile curved her lips. "Bold. Very well. Listen carefully. There is a place on my planet, far beyond these halls, a temple long abandoned. Inside rests an artifact of immense power, one that the Xylan have guarded for centuries. Retrieve it and bring it to me. That is your task." I blinked, trying to process. "A temple? An artifact? You expect me, a human, to go there alone?" She tilted her head, regarding me with curiosity.
"Alone.
With no assistance. You will face traps, creatures, and tests designed to repel the unworthy. Only those with courage, intellect, and heart may succeed. Do you understand?" "Yes, Your Majesty," I said, straightening my back. My mind was racing, but my voice did not falter. "I understand." "Good," she said. "Return with the artifact, and you will become mine forever. Fail, and you will leave here alive, but humbled." The next hours were a blur of preparation. I was given a map, some tools, and a device that seemed to interface with my human technology. Then I was transported to the edge of the dense alien jungle that surrounded the ancient temple. The air was thick with humidity, and strange, luminous flora lit my path in eerie colors. Every instinct screamed caution, yet determination burned hotter. The journey was perilous. Giant creatures lurked in the shadows, their glowing eyes tracking me as I carefully navigated fallen trees and rushing streams. The temple itself was hidden within a canyon, its entrance guarded by intricate mechanisms and energy fields. Each obstacle required a combination of logic, agility, and intuition to overcome. I had never felt so alive, so completely focused on a single goal. Inside the temple, the trials became personal. The first chamber tested my intellect, an array of shifting panels and symbols that required precise sequences to unlock the doors ahead. I felt the pressure, knowing failure meant returning empty-handed. But piece by piece, I solved each puzzle, my confidence growing with every correct move. The next chamber tested my courage. A chasm opened beneath me, with a narrow path that swayed above a pit filled with alien predators. My hands shook, but I focused, moving step by step. One misstep, one hesitation could end the mission. Yet I pressed on. Finally, I reached the inner sanctum. There, on a pedestal bathed in soft light, was the artifact, a crystalline orb that pulsed with energy, warm to the touch, and almost alive in its presence. I carefully lifted it, feeling the weight of centuries, of power, and of the Queen's trust resting in my hands. Returning was no easier than the journey in. Predators sensed the artifact's energy, traps were more aggressive, and the environment seemed almost alive in opposition. But I pushed forward, my focus unwavering. When at last I emerged from the jungle and presented the artifact to the Queen, she was waiting. Her violet eyes widened in approval. "You have done it," she said softly. "Few humans could have survived, let alone succeeded. You have shown courage, intelligence, and heart. Bold human, you have earned more than respect. You have earned me." I stepped forward, holding out the artifact. "It was the challenge, Your Majesty. But the chance to prove myself and to earn your trust, that was worth everything." She studied me, her gaze piercing, then nodded. "Then it is settled. You will remain by my side, not as a visitor, not as a guest, but as my partner. Human, you have exceeded all expectation. Welcome to my world and to my life." I felt a mixture of relief, pride, and awe. Standing before the alien queen, I realized that courage, honesty, and boldness had changed everything. What began as a test had transformed into something deeper, a connection, a bond, and a future I could have never imagined. In the weeks that followed, my role at the palace expanded. I was no longer merely a human observer. I became an advisor, a confidant, and, in ways that felt both natural and extraordinary, the Queen's partner. Together, we navigated the delicate balance of interstellar diplomacy, defended the palace from threats, and explored the mysteries of her world. Through it all, I learned a crucial truth. Sometimes, the boldest path is the one that defies fear and expectation. It was not the artifact that earned me her respect. It was my willingness to face the impossible, to act with courage, and to remain true to myself. And as I stood beside her on the balcony overlooking her world, the light of twin moons reflecting off the crystalline city below, she placed a hand on mine and whispered, "You are bold, human, and I am proud." For the first time in my life, I understood the weight and wonder of trust, respect, and connection across worlds. The Alien Queen's challenge had not only tested me, it had changed me forever. And in her presence, I knew that whatever the future held, we would face it together. Ending summary. The story concludes with Ethan completing the Queen's impossible challenge, earning her trust, admiration, and partnership. It emphasizes courage, honesty, and perseverance as the keys to earning respect across species and showcases the beginning of a profound human-alien alliance and potential romance.